Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, Amhara regional government is in trouble. Statistics have been announced about the revenue collection in the region for the last 10 months. How will this government survive if the revenue collection does not improve? How much was the target and how much target was achieved in the last 10 months? Secondly, viewers, Fano groups in Gondar around 2 weeks ago, around 10 days ago, I would say, announced an ultimatum. A 2 week deadline was announced by Fano groups. Deadline for Ethiopian security officials. The deadline is expiring, and now Fano is announcing an extension in this deadline. What happened? What was this deadline about? Was it being extended? Firstly, viewers, Amhara region of Ethiopia, people say nothing is happening, everything is back to normal. Erega Kabede, the president, says that 97% of Amhara region is being administered by the government in control there. There is instability in only 3% of the Amhara region. Military people like Jula, Babotadase say that Fano groups are on the run. They have lost the capability to fight an organized fight, to carry out organized attacks. Military is achieving its results, though we have seen several rounds of operations in the region. But what is the real situation? Well, I just want to share stats with you, statistics about revenue collection shared by the government itself, not by Fano, by my views and news, by an outsider, by the government itself. Fikre Mariam is the head of Amhara region's revenue collection department. He shared details of the last 10 months of the performance of his department. Targeted revenue collection, target of the revenue collection was 71 billion birrs in the last 10 months. How much was collected? 33 billion. Less than half of the target was achieved only in the region, showing that either people, businesses are not paying taxes, or there's no business. Where will they pay taxes from if they're not able to generate revenue? So, can we say that it's because people are refusing to pay taxes? By the way, Fano groups have been calling for people to refuse to pay taxes to the government, but it's not that people do not want to pay taxes. Businesses are not in a position to pay taxes because they're not generating revenue. It's because of conflict. This conflict in the region is disrupting entire economic activity. Just for almost a week, Gujam came to a standstill. A ban on transport movement was announced by Fano fighters. They implemented the ban. Then the main road, which is used for movement towards Djibouti from Amhara, from Bahida or from Gondar, Vareta, Wuldia road is not safe for travel. Just 2 days ago, I read a video about armed gangs operating along the road. They stop vehicles, they demand money, they rob people. So, and then the business closure as well. Fano fighters announce strikes, and then sometimes when fighting erupts in an area, obviously businesses are closed. People cannot risk the opening of businesses when there is fighting nearby. All that is leading to massive economic repercussions of this conflict, which is ongoing in the Amhara region. Now, this economic aspect of the conflict will hurt not just the federal government, but Amhara regional government as well. Amhara government, it means, will not be able to survive. It will have to seek federal government's financial support. That is how it can survive. At least government has shared two numbers in terms of revenue collection. It should tell the truth about the security situation too. It should tell the truth about humanitarian crisis too, which is not being reported. I mentioned that in videos, when there is economic crisis, economic activity is disrupted, then it's very uh, understandable that there would be accompanying humanitarian crisis as well. When there is vehicle movement ban, obviously hospitals will also suffer. They won't be able to receive supplies, medical supplies. Patients won't be able to reach hospitals. So the crisis in the region is not just security crisis. It is security crisis. It has educational aspect too. It has revenue collection aspect too. It has humanitarian angle too. But all these angles are not being covered. Secondly, viewers, around 10 days ago, Fano groups announced a 15-day ultimatum for government forces. Gondar Fano made this announcement. Gondar Fano gave 15 days to Amhara police, Amhara militia members, Ethiopian National Defense Force, Federal Police, Commando Unit, etc., that they can join Fano during 15-day amnesty period. They called it amnesty. And they said that if these security officials want to go back to their families and say goodbye to security forces, Fano would help them. Fano would provide them support, logistical support, transport support, etc. 15-day amnesty was given, and then we saw uh, that the fighting intensified in Gondar, North Gondar, South Gondar. This morning, Fano groups extended the amnesty. The amnesty has been extended by 2 more weeks, by around 15 days, you can say. Fano groups say that they are ready to take in government forces, government officials, security officials who want to join Fano. But it's not binding upon security officials. If they don't want to join Fano, all right, at least they should just distance themselves from military, from forces, and just go back to their homes, to their families. Fano groups today claimed of Gondar that hundreds of security officials accepted this call by Fano in the last 10 days and they joined Fano. Don't know. But the announcement of this amnesty or deadline indicates that Fano groups are definitely planning something big in Gondar. And this something big is about Volkaya Tumara Sagade. That is why, just as we're seeing statements about likely developments in Humera Volkaya Sagade, we're seeing the uh, fighting picking up pace in the Amhara region too, in Gondar especially. And if Tigray fighters enter the cross stack and they enter Volkai, or if Amhara forces are disarmed there, they are told to leave Volkai, we could see Gondar, North Gondar, South Gondar Fano groups intervene. Maybe before that, Gondar Fano groups are trying to demoralize the security forces and they want to force security officials to join Fano or to just resign. But it's difficult for people. There are already shortage of jobs in Ethiopia, no employment opportunities, obviously, for people. Those who are feeding their families and they are members of security forces, how can they just resign? They cannot. It's big fortune.